Hello guys, in a previous video we had reached to analysis service configuration and we stopped to have also some additional time to explain the different instances of analysis service configuration. And as you see, we have three different instances: multidimensional and data mining mode, tabular and power pivot mode. So what is the difference between them? Before talk about the differences between them, keep in your mind you can install all these three instances on the same box. So as we can install more than one SQL instance running side by side on the same box, we can do the same with analysis services. You can install all the three on the same box and they will work side by side. Now the default one, which we have it in here, is tabular mode. This one you can use it if you want your data to be accessed through the network. So whenever you have multiple instances, maybe you have relational database through the network, you have different databases, there is a link between them, or even it is single database but you want to combine it with another database and make a configuration using relational key, etc. All these techniques, it is time to go with tabular mode, and this one which is preferred by default. Now what about the other two modes? I'll talk about the one below, which is power pivot mode. This one you will use it when you have a SharePoint server. This is the main reason why you might need to use the power pivot mode, and for sure this one is out of the scope of this course. And finally we have multidimensional and data mining. This one will allow you either to store query data in analysis services multidimensional data, this one which we call it MOLAP, or if you want you can configure a solution to use ROLAP if you want to run queries directly against the relational database. So you have all these three modes. Now they might sound weird a bit, especially for people who they just want to start the administration of SQL. It is fine. I just want you to know the following for now. Power pivot is for SharePoint if you have it. Tabular mode is the preferred mode for now, and this is going to allow me to access to data through network. Multidimensional also I can use with relational dimensional, both of these. Also they are available as an instance. We will keep for now for the default one. In the future, if we decide to go with one of the advanced courses relating to analysis services, then we can see examples of all these three. Now, another thing which you need to remember it, you can install all these three instances on a single box. So as you can again install SQL instances, different databases instances, also you can install different analysis services. System now is asking about specify which users have administrative permission for analysis services. Now keep in your mind in real life, it is not necessary for the SQL admins to be also at the same time the analyst of the database. And the reason is because the admin main task is just to maintain the running and the performance of the SQL database, when the analyst has nothing to do with the SQL server itself, but with data. So, the data can be extracted from the database for different scenarios. Now, currently I will add current user, GCyber administrator, and also I will add our friend, the SQL admin in SQL 2019. There we just search for SQL. We cannot find it like this, it's fine. So advance and find now. Go down all the way and we have SQL admin. We remove the first part. So our friend in here also will be allowed. And finally, we need to add the SQL group. So let us check the SQLD admin group. We have it and it's been added. I don't need to specify password. Continue with next. Now ready to install SQL Server. We have summary, prerequisite, general configuration, so all the information are in there. Configuration file path, where is it? And we can start the installation process. Of course, this will take some time, so we need to pause now. And once it is ready, the server is going to be restarted. We log in and then we check the first access to our SQL Server instance. And now we get this message: one or more affected files have operation pending. You must restart your computer. So far, can I access here? I cannot. Okay. The system will try to restart, but if I check quickly here if I have any error, I don't have any error, which is good. We can now click on close. And the system won't restart by default, so I am the one who's going to restart it. Then once we log in again, we will try to check if we can access to the first instance of the SQL Server database. System is ready now. We log in to check GCyber administrator. We successfully logged in. Now let us check the instance of SQL. Let us see initially what do we have. Here we have three main tools, or you can access to the list of tools from Microsoft SQL Server 2019. You have the same list of the tools in addition to some additional tools. So let's start with the first one, the Configuration Manager. Configuration Manager is going to show you the following. When we start with SQL Server Services, you remember through the installation we have the 5 services, the account linked to those services, and which one is manual, which one is automatic. If I have one of them is disabled, it's going to show me the state of each one of these. And sometimes when I have a problem, if I apply something to the SQL like an update, patch, etc., then sometimes I will need to restart the services from here. So also we can check, in addition to SQL Server Services, server network configuration for 32-bit, we have nothing. Now another 32-bit, which is native client. Client's protocol here, usually you have TCP IP as you should see. Currently, we don't need to go in details with these. Just take a look to know what is in there. Shared memory, again, named pipes. This is for SQL Server network configuration. Native client in here also client protocol. We have shared memory, TCP, name pipes, all they are online. So all good here. We still have some others to check before access to this one. Now continue with error and report error and usage report settings. Microsoft would like your permission to collect information. Here this is a lab environment, so don't send anything to Microsoft. There is no need for that. It's okay. And in addition to that, we have error import and export data for both 64 and 32 bits. We don't have currently anything to export or import. We have the installation center. You can maybe install additional features to your device. And finally, the last tool in the list is this one, which is Master Data Services Configuration Manager. With this one, it will allow web configuration access. And you know, whenever there is a web access, it means you will allow users to access even from out of the network to the data to do their work, or even to retrieve some data for reporting if that is necessary. So these are the main tools. We have it in the SQL Server. It is installed, it is running. In the next video, we need also to check now the instance itself and see what is in there. Thanks for watching.